I'm still coughing. I'm still coughing now. Hey, everyone, how's it going? How's everyone doing today? Are you excited? Anyways, I'm not excited, but I sort of am with everything going on. It's long to get the UFO information coming out, but that's because they're hiding. Yeah, I've been running a little bit before coming on. Had time to brush the teeth, had time to go to the bathroom, had time to make my coffee, had time to play in my hair and my eyes and do whatever I had to do. And now I'm here. Now someone's in the front. Has an order was supposed to come in this week. I order something once a year. It's a coffee cup. Last year I ordered a coffee cup with a skull coffee cup. It was an amazing coffee cup. Really cool coffee cup. 40 years old ordering a coffee cup. He can't even get a coffee cup come to his house because it disappeared. So did the order and the money and everything. And then I ordered another one this year, but now it was supposed to come in the 18th, but it's not here yet. So we'll see if the disappearing coffee cup. So don't order Grim Reaper coffee cups, guys. They disappear too. Apparently, I don't know if it's a little joke they're trying to do. How's everyone doing? Peter, Mr. Peter Benton, and second again too. Thank you very much. First, hey, everyone, let's get into another serious conversation. You can't even imagine what conversation I'm going to get into. We're going to be talking from everything from resonant planets to women menstruations. All because of the moon. Ladies, I have a solution. If you ladies are sick of that one time every month, that little, when you menstruate, right? It's not a word that's illegal to say yet anyways. It's all because of the moon. Our body consists of 76% water. So do the oceans. When the moon is full, it affects the oceans, and it also affects your menstrual cycles. It's basically true. So when there's a shift or a change in the moon and stuff like that, I'm not going to go as far as saying prepare for a shift in your wife's moods, because then I'll be in trouble. But in reality, I think we all have a shifty mood when the moon is full. It's not a myth. They say that people go crazy during the full moon. Kids are more active. Hair and fingernails apparently grow quicker during the full moon. A lot of people say, well, that's not probably true, but it really is. And working in transportation, when I worked in transportation, I can confirm the children seem psychotic during the full moon to a point where it's fidgety and everything's losing it. Okay. All the kids at the same time. I dare not tell them it's because of the full moon. I don't want them to continue to do it every time I drive a bus, which I don't anymore. Thank God. Thank God. There's not enough responsibility from the bosses hiring bus drivers now, and there's not enough pay. And there's, you see it, everyone's going on strike, right? Everyone's going on strike, from hospitals to bread bakers. We're going to see a lot more of that coming out also. Peter, you can tell Kelly the next snow video is going to be very soon. We're now they're announcing 15 to 30 centimeters here in a couple of days. Barb Weiss just got some snow, is getting some snow now, I think. And if she's getting snow now, well, 2 days later from the States, even all the way down from Florida, 2-3 days after, we'll be getting that snow, because the current comes all the way down in our end here. Lots of new science stuff that's coming out that they're talking about. It's like an awakening. I don't know if you are all seeing it. Yes, they're suppressing everything, but we're seeing a lot of stuff come out of the woodwork. Just absolutely incredible. Kyle Sagazin, a whistleblower at the FBI, from inside and out. This is why I love it when the truth comes out from the inside. A whistleblower now connected with Project Veritas, explaining a whole bunch of things that are going on inside of the government and some of the branches of defense branches. Very, very interesting. We're seeing those things come out. MK Ultra came out from the inside. It was a CIA whistleblower that brought that out. They were worried about the projects and what was being done. So it's not always that all those associations are filled with corrupt people. We all know it's the ones running. Often these associations are the ones that are keeping the secrets and forcing everyone there as employees to do and shut up. You know, most of the agents and employees are working on things they don't know about the other projects or anything else. It's not like you're an FBI and you all of a sudden know all these projects. They themselves hide them from, you know, what was it? The CIA at one point hired someone, and I'm sure they're still doing that, hired someone to check on someone that was working for the CIA to be sure he was doing his work properly. So you had a room with the guy in a computer and another room beside that guy that was checking to see if that guy was doing, the right thing. And that guy had an interview and turned around and said, well, there was another room beside me and I was being watched too. So that's how they hide the secrets inside of these associations, where literally, for real, inside of the associations, FBI and CIA, people don't know what the other person is doing. Like at Area 51, when Bob Lazar said that all these different compartments, UFO craft, they're working on a piece or a part of it, and then it goes off to another shop. Nobody knows what happened to the other side, and nobody knows what's going to happen when it gets to the other side. So if anybody wants to divulge anything or you know, bring out a story or a secret inside of the FBI or CIA or the branches of the military, they're not going to be able to bring anything out except for more than what they know. So with that said, don't you find that Bob Lazar knew a hell of a lot about the different departments and stuff? In reality, he wasn't talking much about different departments, but he was saying it himself that everything's compartmentalized and that they hide all the different things that are occurring and going on. Marcia Claire, how's it going? It is crazy. And like you say, like Peter also films the sky. You guys can check out his channel. He's got some great videos too. He's got a P1000, gets nice and close, sunspots, even closer than me. Check him out. And at the same time, Peter was noticing also that band of cloud that I'm hearing him talk about in all his videos, which it's always there, man. No matter what day, winter, spring, summer, or fall, moon, rain, or shine, you always see that cloud that is underneath or close to that moon, the same one as we see when we're filming the sun. And it's all the time. I've been seeing the sun go up in the sky, guys, really slow, where it doesn't go over the houses, and we're all the way to 2 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock from over the house, from think of it, sunrise, guys, it goes from here to here and stops all afternoon, till late afternoon, till 2:30. Then at 2:30, it pushes and pushes and pushes, and then seems to want to go up in the sky, but then whoop, then it starts setting, and then the sky changes orange. So you don't see the sun going across the sky anymore at all. Okay, what you do is you see the sun go up in front of you, stay low, shifts over a little bit, moves over to the right, then starts going up, and then back down right where it is. That's what I've been seeing for the past couple of days. Skywise observations on board and waiting to cast off. We are taking off. Planetary resonance. The planets are making sounds. Every celestial object is actually forming and has their magnetic fields around them formed because of that sound, the resonant sound of a planet. Earth's magnetosphere that's around it and its magnetic field, if just in theory, I can tell you that by changing the planetary resonant frequency and wavelength, you can do what you want with the magnetic field. You can enforce it, or you could probably even take it down. For example, if they have to get through to go to space, maybe that's what they're doing, taking down the magnetic field so they can cross over to the other side. It really is about crossing over to the other side. When you hear them doing their launches and they're waiting for a launch window means they have to wait till the moon is close, full moon, so that as full as it can be and as close as it can be, aligned with Earth, so that they can go through and hop out of Earth's atmosphere. Because that's what they do when they come back. They skip into it and they skip out of it when they cross over, whether that be true or not. But the magnetic, the resonance, the sound and the frequency that's being created by the turning and the magnetism and everything, it's creating the magnetic fields around every celestial object out there in the universe. That's interesting. So those sounds that we've been hearing in the sky, throughout the years, the past couple of years. Don't forget, it doesn't mean it does, but remember what happened at the same time. Now that we're a couple of years ahead, we can see what happened between 219 and 222. Let's say 223 now, because we're arriving. 219, Betelgeuse lost its chromosphere. Massive explosion, lost the whole top part of Betelgeuse, and there wasn't even any more fire there. You know, like that burning star, there was nothing there. It was like fizzed out. The whole top of Betelgeuse was fizzed out. And then they don't talk to us about it after. They didn't tell us that Betelgeuse is back to its old normal, right? And not long after that, and at the same time as that, maybe even a little bit before in 218, we heard these sounds around the world. A lot of people, if you don't know what I'm talking about, some people say that it sounded like trumpets, and it really did. That's what I found it sounded like. It sounded like somebody with a very heavy metal workshop table being dragged on a cement floor. You could hear those screeching noises. We've heard some noises around here in my area. I've heard some myself. Even my own mother has heard noises. Then we heard, again, those sonic booms, right? We have CERN that has a patent since the end of the 40s, beginning of the 50s, a patent in a way to control the weather, and not just to control it, to manipulate it. They dropped some dry ice a long time ago, did many tests, and probably still are doing so inside of a hurricane to be able to shift it over, right? They can prolong the hurricanes. They can make them sit there and pick up rain, half of it like we saw in Florida, right? Very recently, including a November rare hurricane where it sits over half of the land and half in the water, turns, keeps its momentum. It's going maybe a mile and a half to 3.5 miles quickly, slowly, and it's just picking up the water and dumping it, picking up the water and dumping it. So in Florida, the water accumulation was crazy. The cameras saw it go up all 12, 13 feet in some areas. So is it just the sun that's doing that, or is it the manipulation that they're doing? As a matter of fact, did they have to terraform Earth a long time ago and are continuing to have to terraform Earth? Maybe that's what the chemtrails are all about. Maybe it's not just about poisoning us. I think they can do a bit of both, right? All the aluminum oxides and everything that they put inside of it. Hey, there's still people today, guys, that don't even believe that the chemtrails are real. People believe that the contrails, they don't call them contrails for nothing, right? They exist, contrails, but they're not chemtrails. Contrails don't stick around. All the planes have a contrail at the back. It's probably the length of 7 or 8 planes, but it's always following at the back of the plane, right? It dissipates as the plane goes ahead. A chemtrail stays in the sky and it follows the wind. It spreads out. You see the crystals and ice crystals and everything because of the products that they put in the chemtrails. It makes the ice crystals cling to each other, and that causes rain to fall even faster. And they can devastate certain areas. Vietnam, they did it. They drowned them out. We hear about them using weather manipulation through geoengineering and everything. It's real. It's definitely something that's very, very real. Damn. Thank you, Bronx made it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, must be some trolls. Everything disappeared. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout, mods. Waking Bad Tarot. I learned so much this week. I've had migraines, headaches in the bottom of the back of my head for using too much of my left hemisphere of my brain. Things that are coming out in science are crazy. Back in the days, the Egyptians, we were all looking at their jewelry and earrings and all the stones they had on their heads and around them. And the people with the first impression that people got was, wow, they really liked the jewelry, right? They liked the looking good. Well, no, we put jewelry on because we like looking good. But the Egyptians didn't use earrings or jewelry to look good. There were powers to them. All stones have powers, right? There's healing powers. As a matter of fact, the pyramids, which for sure now, not just me, a lot of scientists believe that the pyramids were not there for burial sites, okay, of the kings at all. They're massive power points with a lot of energy going through these pyramids. And at the same time, they were so bloody smart back in the day because it was conductive. Think of it. They're using stone. Stone has healing powers. It also has powers to protect against certain radiation on the outside, like solar radiation. And if they're not nuclear fusion power plants or free energy systems, it's something. Some people say that it's aligned with Orion, the way the stars are and the way the pyramids are shaped. And there's some truth to that. Now, this is all coming out. And they said they had running water. Well, maybe that running water was going, the Nile River, that water was used to furnish those nuclear fusioning plants that were creating energy. I wouldn't be surprised if a long time ago, many hundreds of years ago, maybe even thousands of years ago, they probably had vehicles, motorcycles and everything. Why would they not? They probably had roads too. We're probably not much different today as to what they were doing back then in the day. We find archaeological dig sites that show us artifacts and devices that are far more advanced than us with our technology today and our generation today. That's near impossible. They understood the gears, the physics, the math, the astrology, astronomy. They knew a lot more than we know today, actually. Ricky T11, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the generous contribution, my friend. Really means a lot. Stargazers in the house. We have Burn, Welsh Warrior from the Wales, UK. Thanks, man. Thanks, you guys. Hey, Leah. It is a great topic. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't even know if we're going to be able to touch on it all. Friday coming up, I'm going to have some people at the same time come on screen. Nothing planned. It's Christmas. I want to interact with the community, and it doesn't have to just be Christmas for you guys to come on. Of course, I'm not going to hide it. We got some weirdos that come to the channel that I probably wouldn't want being on the screen, but all of us here, even if you want to hide your face in Friday's stream, you guys, anyone can come on. We'll do some tests. We'll have a bunch of fun. And a lot of things are coming out on the inside. The Pentagon are talking about new terminology. Beautiful. I think I'm excited about the news today. It's little bits of information of news that are coming out that I'm seeing the bigger picture now. Here, you can hear it in my voice. Seriously, can't you see the bigger picture of what's happening now? Everything that they're hiding on the outside, they're taking everyone's tax dollars, to do all these secret projects at the same time. You got Balenciaga now that was asked by Zelensky in Ukraine to take care of the orphan kids. If you're not boggled by that one, Zelensky, as a matter of fact, it's the Nazis that are protecting him. If you're not boggled by that fact. Anyways, I love bringing these things up because when people hear that, they're not astonished. They get upset. Did you hear that Bruce talked about transsexuals in school? Did you hear the way he was talking down about them? Hello. We shouldn't be talking about them at all in schools, right? Why are some people afraid to talk about it? No. Because some people, most people are good people and they don't want to insult anyone, even if they know that it's effing crazy what they're doing and what's going on. It's ridiculous to let that go by without saying anything, for sure. Leah, thank you. Thank you very much, you guys. If you're wondering why I'm so smiley, it's because of the attacks. That's probably what's going on. We're approaching 96,000 subscribers, even though we were there a month ago, and not going to talk about it yet. Once we go 30 over, it will be okay, because with the troll channels, they go up and down. They have about 30, 40, 50 channels. So as you are all subscribing, we got the trolls unsubscribing. But like I said, Bruce is always right. We'll be there at 96 for Christmas, before Christmas is what I said. So we're so close to getting there. Jeannette Canouille, comment ça va? Salut à toi. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Hey, Callie Story. Hi. Thanks a lot, my dear friend, for the comments too at the same time. Thanks for coming back. Honestly, it's the best feeling to see this, when you see a same face that you spoke to a couple of days or weeks ago, it comes back to write another comment. I think that's how one day we'll be able to form a community here, more than 200-300 people. It's hard to believe only 200-300 stick around. Probably maybe many fake channels here, but then again, everybody knows that the internet, historically, 40 to 45% of all internet accounts are bots. Think of that one. That's pretty incredible. Thank you guys, Ricky T11 also, and Leah, I love you guys for it. Drinking out of a coffee cup with a hedgehog on it. Yes. Hey, Kelly, how's it going? Actually, that's what it looks like when you play sound over top of some sand or some salt on a vibrating plate. Am I going to have to buy that? Are we going to have to do some tests with that? The resonance and shapes. Guys, the shapes and forms of Earth and all the other planets and the areas where you see there's pinching, where the mountains are all lined up, creating ridges, and you see the currents and everything was created partly by sound. Everything reacts to sound completely. As a matter of fact, things can be levitated with sound. And there are tests even on YouTube that you can see that levitation really does work. Okay. No, we don't see people rising up and stuff like that, but it also exists. There's a certain frequency. I don't think it has anything to do with talent. I think it has a lot to do with being able to open your, whatever you want to call it, chakra, mind, your pineal gland, your soul, your aura, whatever. Some people have a better connection to all of that. They can see what's happening, what's emanating around their bodies and stuff. I believe there's portals around your head and there's opening bigger portals around your body. That's how they come in. That's how you can travel or do telepathy and receive things. You have no choice but having a line of connection. Have you ever used the CB, right? Breaker, base or CB, it's the same thing. Use skip. I've spoken to people in my car with my CB, my Midland. I had a whole bunch of them. Was it a K40? For those that know a bit about it, antenna. I think it was a K something. But anyways, I'm getting old. On the overpass, the nights where there were so many people talking, what happens is the sound waves are in line with the two people that are connecting to themselves. And then the more people that are there, well, you start jumping up on top of frequency. So the people in Florida higher up, well, there's so many people talking in Quebec. You go up on top and you're able to have a straight line with the people speaking in Florida. Well, that has a lot to do with the planets and the way the wavelengths and the magnetism and everything, the way everything is occurring around the universe. So when Earth was created, if you look at Earth, if you were really awake and knew everything about resonance and magnetism and stuff, people would look at the planet and say, oh yeah, okay, you see, that was formed like this. There was more tension on that side when it was being created. So big bang or big frequency sound, right? Everything has a resonance. Planetary resonance is what creates magnetic fields around all the celestial objects. So the magnetosphere, they're fucking around with big stuff. CERN is playing in the ionosphere, okay? The outer layers. So what do you think is going to happen if, like somebody said the other day, if there's a crack in it? That occurred about a month and a half ago, the crack, right? Radiation from the sun cracked open the magnetosphere and entered Earth's atmosphere and caused pink aurora auroras on both ends of both of the poles. Sound. I can't help but thinking those sounds that we heard, the trumpets or screeching metal that people are hearing around the world, that there's something, some type of manipulation, or like a lot of even you said, maybe there's something really big that happened in the solar system, like two objects smashing into themselves. Elon Musk just admitting now, 12 hours ago on Elon Musk Zone, it's not his channel, but you got to go there. Some good information coming out, give or take, right? Talking about, first of all, he's got his houses out, by the way. Elon selling those $15,000 houses. If that could be ordered here in Canada, honestly, I'd order one right away, and I'd live in just that little pod or house. I call it a pod. It's bigger than a pod. But Elon Musk, Canadian, by the way. You guys know that? Started out here when he was younger. He came here, Elon Musk, to Canada because of the scientific advancement and innovation. Wrap your minds around that one. Everything going on in the States in science and everything they're producing, secret projects and stuff, we all take part in it. You can be sure Canadian scientists also take part in that. The same way that MK Ultra okay, in the States, that Scottish doctor that came down here and became a CIA member was crossing over with children working at the Van Allen Memorial Hospital. Not Van, there we go again, the Allen Memorial Hospital, and was doing experimentation on children, adults, bringing orphans from the United States down here to Canada. That story for us Canadians here is called the Canadian Holocaust. Probably haven't heard about that because it's very, very hush hush. And when you look up the Canadian Holocaust and you fall upon maybe a 200-300 letter word letter that explains some horrible things that occurred here in Canada under the supervision of Deputy Maurice Duplessis, and of course Helm was in charge of the CIA. So then it brings us back to Project Paperclip and the 20 or 30,000 files that were destroyed, which were all the files of probably a lot of people that had been experimented on that they wanted to hide. So it's never ending. They're never not getting caught, basically. Diana, how do you? Thank you. I don't have to use the damn microwave no more, bro. Hey, thank you. No, I don't use a microwave anymore. Now I make the coffee pot's made. I don't heat it up anymore. I used to heat it up a lot more. Getting cold. I have someone on the French channel that actually sent me a coffee heater, and I do use it sometimes. I won't have any more problems anymore. That was very thoughtful. Yeah, listen, I hear you with the microwave, man. It's it's like back in the days, okay, when people used to put lead paint on their walls. Well, we're still in those times, right? People are going to say in the coming generations, can you believe they were cooking their food in microwaves and that's what was killing them? Yeah, I mean, I can see that story coming out, right? Yes, sir. Waking Bad Tarot. William Shuttles is in the house with Mika. Thank you very much. Let the weirdness begin. Yes, lots of weirdness. Wisconsin, somebody declared, I don't know if you follow the Morrises on Redacted. I don't like their clickbait titles, but I love their news. But they're smart though. We need more clickbaity titles. I'm gonna get ready, guys, in 2023. When I tell you I found something on the moon and it's part of my research that I showed last year, and you see my face like this on the front, that's what I'm gonna have to start doing, maybe to track more people. Notice that's what a lot of people are doing. So Redacted mentioned, well, someone else had mentioned it, but he was talking about it. Wisconsin, I mentioned this in the last news update video. You guys can check out too. The last video that's posted on my channel is a UFO UAP update in recent news coming from the Black Vault, coming from the Pentagon, a whole bunch of things that they're hiding. Actually, I'll leave that there. I won't repeat that because some of you have already watched it. It's very interesting to see what they're doing. The Pentagon's always getting caught hiding some things, but now they're talking about the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force. The UAPTF is now the UAPTAPTFO, well, GPT, whatever. And it's another task force, integrated task force, intergalactic task force that is doing, I mean, they have Arrow, they have ATIP, all these associations that were created now for projects. Yes, I'm looking for my words. That everything related to UAPs. Now a new terminology, like I mentioned in the last video, very interesting. They're talking about unidentified anomalous phenomena. I mentioned it to you guys all right here on the last few streams that they can't characterize all UFO sightings and put them all in the same boat, because a lot of the UFO sightings, if not all of them, are completely different to one another. And that's the most fascinating thing. So we can only imagine the beautiful accumulated collection that the government must hold. And we're talking about the government in the States. Now imagine Brazil, Argentina, Canada, all these other ufologists and associations, ufologist associations around the world that must have so many incredible sightings. they admitted it themselves when they have a UFO sighting that occurs only once. It winds up as data. But what do you think happens after so many months or a year? They start erasing them. I talked about that in the last news video also. They're erasing the videos and getting rid of the footage. It stays there for 45, 50 days. And then if nothing comes from it, they get rid of it. Of course, they don't throw it away, but they get rid of it from the public and they take it away from the public. Guys, we're just at the point where pilots are able to start speaking freely, so they say, about UFO sightings. When you hear the captures like the one in Kansas on September 27th, if I'm not mistaken, 2022 of this year, talking about several lights leaving the surface, like I caught very recently, you can see that the pilots are used to speaking about UFOs. No matter how exciting it is, they're at work, and they're keeping things low level. You can hear the concern in some of their voices. Very recently, again in Kansas, they had these UFOs that were showering, a whole ocean of them all over the place. So if they're hiding all these events, that means every single day there are pocketed events that are occurring where it's not coming out in the news. Like, for example, the lights that I showed you all that lifted up here, that's not in the news. No one's going to talk about that in the news. So how many times are those events happening and that they're not in the news? Are they changing the frequency and resonance of Earth? Is that why Earth is rotating faster? You have to wonder. Elon Musk found a large object inside of the solar system and where he was with the dragon, not him on it, but you know what I mean, where the dragon was. It's an elongated object that looks, yes, exactly like the object that I showed you. Looks like it was hitting the moon, that even caused fire to lift up after hitting the moon. Elongated, like Oumuamua, same thing. Very large object, though, they were looking at, and it was 45 kilometers or 47 kilometers away from Elon Musk's SpaceX Dragon at that time, a couple of years back, or I'm saying a couple of years back. It could be even more recent than that. And he saw it, mentioned it, but it's coming out just now. They're just starting to talk about it now, right? Elon Musk, as an award, right, for having launched between 46 and 48 launches of the same vehicle in 1 year. Elon Musk is the winner when it comes to launching the most amount of launches of the same vehicle. NASA, without SpaceX and other private space associations, they wouldn't be able to do as many of the launches that they're planning to do with Artemis. You have Artemis 1 that was just launched, did 10 experiments there that we know of, that we're still even hard to hear of, that we found out about. Even Japan dropping a spacecraft inside of the orbit of the moon to land on the moon. This was, they probably would have landed and they probably wouldn't have mentioned it. But unfortunately, some anomalies were occurring as they were doing these tests, and a lot of flopping around, was happening. Your brain, something that they don't know a lot about either. Something that, of course, they're becoming very advanced in researching. They're doing too many tests, unfortunately, sad tests about the brain. But did you know that your creativity and or talents, like musical talents or singing, everything that you do better than someone else or that you develop is not coming from your brain? Your brain doesn't develop any creativity or your talent. Your brain, is not, the creativity has nothing to do with the pineal gland. The brain is in charge of the muscles. That's all it is. That's what they say. The connections, neuron connections. The pineal gland is aligned with the ear, probably the bottom part of the ear right there, and goes in probably no matter how far in the center, right in the center of your head. But the pineal gland works with light. And they don't understand, if it works with light, how come it's inside of the head and it's surrounded by no light? Well, there's wires to bring the light there, right? And to bring the blood, which is the light, right? Like you see with God, the picture of the heart on fire, it's all related, because that fire, the heart, pineal gland, there's a connection to the pineal gland with something. It's connected also they believe that the pineal gland is going outwards to, also called the third eye, and or your eyes, because when you're sleeping, the pineal gland is creating melatonin, right, secretion, so that you sleep like a baby or dream like a baby. So what the hell is the whole use of that? The Egyptians used to pierce their ears and gold, and this is what I was talking about before, but people thought it was because they were just using decorations, or they were just trying to be pretty and stuff like that. They weren't. Okay. It's related to the pineal gland. If there were piercings on an ear, it's because they were piercing it and putting gold, diamonds, or pearls there, or certain stones to help with that energy and vibrational forces of resonance. And that is like mind-blowing, because it makes sense. And they're talking about us. We talk about Egypt. Oh, okay, they were buried in the pyramids. Oh, they had running water too. That's pretty cool. Well, surprising. Yeah, that's right. What do you mean they had running water and pipes and all this stuff? Yeah, they were highly advanced. They were probably running water to those pyramids, and it was probably a nuclear reactor. As a matter of fact, I mean, look what we're doing here. We enrich uranium, right? And we screw around with plutonium, and all for warheads. That's all we're doing, creating warheads. What's going to happen when those nuclear plants are devastated by an earthquake or a nuclear bomb that falls? Radiation is going to propagate itself all across the entire world in a matter of no time, which makes no sense that we're even using those nuclear reactors. There's a clean nuclear fusion, we could use free energy. And this is what they just were able to develop inside. My God, the back of my head's hurting. Inside of a laboratory. They also opened a wormhole a couple of days ago, and now they were able to create a successful fusion. Inside of a tube, they blasted a beam of energy, right? Big enough and round enough and dense enough for it to conserve itself and to burn and become even bigger and stronger than the charge that activated it, or that was applied to start it. That's successful nuclear fusioning. So they say that they were able to successfully do so. It's normal that you're going to hear that they successfully did that, when free energy is just basically the nuclear fusion reactor of the sun that China, United States, and Germany have. Germany and the States have it inside of the ground. China, well, they like taking pictures and stuff, so they set it up in the sky for all the tourists and people to take pictures of it, to show their power, right? Nuclear fusion and free energy. Someone this week saying, why the hell are we paying for heating? We don't have to pay for heating anymore. This is all going to come out, but they're probably going to charge us for the machine that's going to be itself creating electrons inside of your home, low heat fusion. There's cold fusion. They're talking about it now. Safe way, low energy electrons are created, more and more electrons, slow heat till heat. You'd have enough heat to heat your house, to drive your car around and everything. We don't need to have all those wires and the dangers of the fires and everything occurring. I mean, what are they waiting for to change all of that? It is coming, but it's like, I guess first they're going to try to depop us and kill us off, and then whoever's left will get dibs on buying that crap. I don't know. Hard to follow when you see what the hell's going on. No proof of what, Ian? Everything I say is proof. I don't speak if there's not proof. As a matter of fact, Apollo 11 astronauts declared they didn't even go to the moon, and people are still saying they went. Silly people. Thanks, Peter. And amazingly, only biological women have menstrual cycles. That's right. Amazingly, eh? Well, let me tell you, those transsexual men who think that they're women now and that they can have babies and even menstruate, you got to look at those woke videos. Oh, my goodness. You women are so patient. Probably getting a good laugh at that. And have you noticed how the transsexual men or transgenders are more feminine than the women? Hi. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. They're going through all these feelings of, oh my God, I'm a woman now, and this is why my mood's changing, and it's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts to see those bearded fuckers doing that, sitting down, taking over women, telling women that they're not doing things right. So now we have these transgenders that are explaining menstrual cramps in videos. Guys, I love being alive these days. It's wonderful. The end's going to be a hoot. That's the only way I can say. The end is going to be a hoot. Coffee on an empty tummy can give us women more hormones attacking our husbands. Lol, says my husband. He could be right, Callie Story. He could be right, not just because I'm a guy, but as guys know things like that because we live and experience through it. It's probably just wrong, Callie Story. Thank you, Maria. Maria's in the house. Star Hunter's in the house. Skywise observation, eyes wide open. Joël Saint-Jean, salut. Stop for a year and then come back. You can be sure. Yeah. Shedding's a very real problem. It's not for nothing. The women online are looking for unvied guys, looking for a smart sperm. I don't think the V is going to help the kids. Duh. That's what's going to happen to the kids. Hey, Cal Story. Wow, you guys, minus 32 degrees here in Alberta. Okay, Alberta. Better than minus 39. Yes. But damn, you guys, that is pretty damn cold. It's funny you say that, Callie Story. See, here it's outside all day. I mean, it's -4, -5 degrees. It was melting here all day. And we've not had a cold winter. We've not had a day. We've had 2 days of cold. 2 days of cold. It went down pretty much, actually went down to -17 and then stopped right back up. The snow that we got a couple of days ago is already melting. Eyes wide open. Thanks for being here. Yeah, trust the science. Science full of shit. Trust the science. Get your jabs. And the next thing you know, you'll have no more abs. Burn in the house. Beyond undisclosed. Thank you very much. Salt Lake City. Awesome. Thank you, Connie Baker. How's it going? Nikki. Yes. I don't remember birthday. Is it her birthday? Je savais même pas. Me souviens jamais. I never remember. Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, Darla. I'd be a sucker if I said that. Thanks for the heads up, Elias. There's a lot of revealing happening. Yes, nothing is hidden. Well, exactly. Nothing is hidden. Everything is right there in front of us to get the truth. But unfortunately, not everyone is believing that, the pandemic and stuff was a deliberate, sort of attack on us. And not everyone's understanding that. But it's true. Thanks again, Nikki23. Norma C. Hello, Norma. Thanks for being here. That is my address, everyone. If you want to send me some UFO parts, if you want to send me some weird stuff, just go right ahead. Yes, it is. Eyes wide open, a fake ass moon. As a matter of fact, guys, oxygen also clings. What did I write down here the other day? That was interesting. Was it oxygen clinging to water? Let me see where it was. That was really interesting. So I'm starting to jumble down notes now because I'm seeing so many things, and I'm a guy that never jots down any notes. And then when I try to talk to it about people, I never remember. Where did I write that down? 1 minute there. Egyptians wearing earrings. Well, I guess I don't remember. Anyways, oxygen and water, magnetic. That's right. Oxygen's magnetic. So, what does that mean? Magnetic field created with sound. For them to take down the magnetosphere or the magnetic field around Earth or manipulate it, they need a frequency, precise frequency, maybe even a microwave frequency like from the CERN to go up and change that resonance. We could activate a force field around Earth by creating an extra magnetic field around it with another vibrational energy. Hey, they did a test the other day. I think it was like minus 14 decibels. Nothing moved on the table, but when they put it to like minus 15 or minus 13 decibels, then that exact sound was levitating everything that was floating on the table, all these not heavy bottle caps, right? To give you an idea of the intensity of the sound. Are there sounds that we can't hear? Well, yes, like dog whistles and stuff like that. Dogs can hear. Certain things can be heard by different animals and probably some people too. Who says that our eyes are all the same? I think humans must have a great collection of very different eyes. Another thing that's not understood very well. Thank you, Norma C. You guys and gals keep me sane because you come by, so I thank you so much for that. And I'll be there, yes, I will. You've got a friend. And I forgot the name. Of course. It's a good song, eh? Fake ass sun. Yes, that too. That too. Our own sun could be fake, right? Thank you very much. Of course, electromagnetic frequency definitely knows that I'm telling the truth. Yes, wavy gravy. That's a good one. Merci, Aleos. Happy birthday, Darla. Scott Robinson. Hello, man. Blessings from Australia. Thanks a lot, brother. Hey, one of my favorites. Break on through to the other side. The Doors. Jimi Hendrix. No, I'm kidding. The Doors. And sing a couple from them, too. You guys got to check out my silly little music channel, Bruce's Music, if you want to get a good laugh. I only recall Bob Lazar as Carrie Cassidy interview. I heard a lot of crap about Richard Dolan. Yes, Richard Dolan, you're right about that. He seemed to be not well thought of. Yeah, I guess so. And I guess, some people don't like it when certain people say things. I never understood that. Everyone has their own right to, like the people that come here and ask me, Bruce, I think the moon's a hologram, a holographic image. I don't, but would I spit on the theory? Of course not. Of course not. When we don't believe in certain things or agree with certain things, it's easier for us to turn around and say that is so stupid. But I never do that because that's, I believe, why we remain naive and close-minded. Maybe nothing stupid around me. Like I'm eating my ice cream cone like this and I got a napkin on it. I never eat ice cream cone, just giving you an example. So that, like Biden, so that it doesn't leak down onto my hands, right? And the guy next to me is eating sideways with no napkin. And you're going, oh, maybe I'll try it. That's how we are. Monkey see, monkey do. One person tries something, the other person tries something, and they always try to make it better than the other person. Wow, I didn't have that idea, but I'm going to take that idea and make it even better. That's what we do. People steal other people's ideas. In a way, it's a compliment when somebody steals your idea, when you think of it. Maria, I thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Wizard Moon 13. Thanks a lot, guys. Youngster 78. I think it was. I believe it was, if we're talking about the same thing, yes. Super Dave. No, sorry. I was wrong about that. Bruce, what do you think of Zelensky flying to Washington to meet with Biden? Oh, thank you. William Shuttles, you're very awake. Yes, yeah, actually, he did. Zelensky came down to see Biden. Oh, okay. Listen to this. Zelensky leaves Ukraine, comes down here to the States, right? And I say here because the State's right there. Walks in and asks Biden for a couple of $100 million, right? Because he needs money. He needs to be back more money. That's what he's coming for, more money. He's a freaking Nazi. I can't stand him. It's too bad because the good people of Ukraine and the good people of Russia don't deserve to have these assholes that are running the show. It's very, very sad. Trudeau is also sending a lot of our tax-paying dollars down to Ukraine. Yeah, exactly. The Fourth Reich. That's what we're right into. They built the third, and now we're into the fourth. Yes, sir. Aléaos, merci, mon frère. Hey, Daz. You'll forgive my cough drop chewing, everybody. 2023, geez, I stopped writing 2020. Yeah, I listen. I'm with you on that. Beyond undisclosed, it's going by so fast. I still I used to like writing 218 and 219. Still used to doing that. I've even made mistakes with that just last year. Yeah, I guess we are getting old. Or time is speeding up. Time keeps on slipping into the future. It's true. We're always moving, eh? Solar system is moving over 400,000 miles an hour, over 720 kilometers an hour. Now I'm repeating myself. I said it 2-3 times. See if you remember that one. The sun, what does the sun do? It goes around what? The Milky Way. How many times? Once every 37 million years. So we'll never get around the Milky Way for the whole ride. So does that make any sense to you that the sun's always going around us, but the sun is traveling around the Milky Way and is only going to go around once, but we see always the same stars going by? There's something not right about that. Doesn't even make any sense. Like you read what they said, and then you read the other part, and they're disagreeing with each other. Doesn't make any sense. Mark Hall, let's not press past the cyclicality of our world and let not the people discount the spirituality outside of the physical body. You are spiritual beings. What say you? We are absolutely spiritual beings. How long have they been manipulating the human race? We are a biological project outcome. We are a secret project outcome. We are living computers with biological living parts, computers with living parts. The computer that they built that people think we're going to be turned into it after, the computer was built based on the human body, is what I believe. The wires, the brain, the motherboard, the connection, the controls, wires, neurons, same thing. A brain letting go a chemical reaction, an electrical connection to neurons, okay? And it's controlling the muscles. It's not creating any talent, and it's not making you creative. Where's that coming from? Scientists for real say themselves that it's an outside energy, just like that pineal gland that runs off of light. Well, where are you getting the light? Intake of the eyes. So the eyes bring in the light. So the pineal gland is always looking and seeing outwards. When you close your eyes, the pineal gland doesn't stop functioning, but it creates melatonin. Crazy stuff. Pineal gland, the third eye, vibrations. Some people can sense and feel the vibrations. I can. I'm crazy as hell when it comes to shit like that. I'm not even telling you half of some of the stuff that's occurring to me, but I'm telling you everything I'm filming on the moon, though. Blue footballs falling out of pockets. Hey, Norma, lucky you. It was not blue here. It was covered for the entire day. Didn't even get a chance to see the sun, actually. Season's greetings to you, too. Merry Christmas and a hell of a Happy New Year. I'll be here throughout all the holidays, too, by the way, you guys. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Terra reforming. Yeah, exactly. To help, right? To help the atmosphere around Earth. And then they're doing things to manipulate the magnetosphere and the ionosphere and stuff. So, yeah. So they're going outwards, looking at other celestial bodies further out to be able to heal the one that we're on here, I would assume. Not able yet to track and locate and look at all the objects around Earth, but they showed us the furthest and first ever created galaxies. Do you believe that? They can't film all the objects and track them around Earth, and they can't even find a solution on how to pick them up. They have to hire and even create challenges where they're giving out $1, $2, $3 million to people that are going to come up with a spacecraft that's going to be able to pick up all the junk around Earth. They're doing everything right now, guys. It's not going to take 100 years, but they're literally taking like 10, 15, 20 years to create all this shit. They're going to have to be using it and all the platforms they want to have around Earth. If you want to have an idea what the future is going to look like, there's going to be a lot of lights traveling around. There's going to be a lot of things that we don't understand, and it's going to have everything and only to do with energy, frequencies, and vibrational energies. Well, like Nikola Tesla said, those are the exact 3 words that he uses: energy, frequency, and vibration. As a matter of fact, Tesla said, if you understand those 3 things, you will find God and you'll understand everything. And it's true. It is very, very true. Ricky T11, thanks a lot, my friend. Thanks, man. And thanks for the generous contributions, you guys. Thanks, Elias. Don't forget the thumbs up, everyone, please. Youngster 78, I'm pretty sure that it has to have something to do with that also. But unfortunately, the products that they are doing, if it's because they want to do so, they're using products that are not very healthy for us. Brazil got caught spraying pesticides in the chemtrails over people like we were rats in Brazil. And the problem is chemtrail geoengineering started in 1947. First place was ever sprayed, so they say, even though we know they did in Vietnam, was New York. In New York, they started having drought. They had not enough water accumulation, rain accumulation during the year. So they started spraying there. A couple of countries signed into that. Canada, the UK, Spain, Brazil. Not that many countries. Like, I don't even think they spray in Africa. I'm not sure. They signed up. And ever since then, those regions are always continually getting sprayed with chemtrails. Bill Gates talked about blocking out the sun with those robotic bubbles. Okay. So maybe Artemis 1, when they went to the base center of the solar system, so they went to the sun. I don't know if you know it. They sent Artemis 1 rocket like right to the sun. Even though you would think that was impossible, because when I was in grade 6 and only 12 years old or 11 years old, I remember them sending New Horizon out to Pluto. Years went by after that. I even opened my channel after, even had time to start witnessing and seeing UFOs. And here, just a couple of years ago, I remember seeing it in the news. New Horizons has arrived. I said, holy shit, that's true. I was 12 years old waiting for that to arrive there. Do you believe something can fly around in space for that long without getting hit with anything? I don't. Yes, the China Olympics. That's another problem. Going to be one hell of a problem. Thanks again, Ricky. 49 thumbs up is okay. It's really cool. And of course, we're stuck at the 100 peak limited. We're limited at 100 comments here, and we're limited at 100 peak people that can come and watch the stream. So now we're at 100 now. You'll see it jump down to 97, 93. And the maximum I've seen here is 130, but it gets regulated. You see that there's 137 people there, and then they knock it off and they drop it off. It can do all of that, moving the rain clouds. Remember back in the day when they were with sound creating rain? Remember that one? The cannons back in the day? Everybody knows that. It's a fact. Fireworks every single year. I don't care what country you're in, but here in Quebec, after every large firework, it pours down rain. All those fireworks become clouds. That's what happens. Not the fireworks, but the smoke created from that becomes clouds. And probably rains down acid rain, most likely. Barb Weist is in the house. Barb, you got snow today. If you're getting snow now, that means in 2 days maximum we'll be getting some snow. 15 to 30 centimeters coming here. I'll be able to get Peter's better half, Kelly. I'll be able to get up a real good snow video for her. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure. I like people that don't see snow very much, that want to see snow and ask me to make snow videos. Of course, I flip out when I see someone on the beach. You know, the little kid in Argentina or Brazil or something, they're walking down, they're bored, they're filming the side of the ocean. I'm looking at that. I'm like, holy crap, look at that. Palm trees, pelicans, dolphins. Beauty. Anyways, compared to here, and for you guys, it's the same thing. I go outside, I'm filming the snow, I'm like, what a bunch of crap. And people are like, oh, it's so romantic, it's so beautiful. It's beautiful when you don't have to drive your kids in it to school, basically. Since 2011, I've got frequent visions and magnificent psychic abilities. Maria, keep working on them, keep them real. I'm happy for you. It's I wouldn't be able to live my life if I didn't have my third eye open and all these beautiful encounters and mysterious encounters that I have yet to wrap my mind around to understand, but it doesn't matter. There's just that energy problem I'm having a bit of a problem with. A bit concerned about that, but we'll see. But not as hit since. Anyone else experienced similar? Absolutely did. And still am, and it's getting pretty bad here too. Eric's in the house. Eric Black. Brings a bell. Hey, Eric. Yeah, that's true, Ian. It does. We will, Youngster 78. We will break that cycle. Cogito ergo sum miser. How's it going? Greetings, Earthlings. Thanks again, you guys and gals, for being a member. Really appreciate it. Jason Berezny's here. Julian Wilson. But why? That is the question, my friend. That is the real question. China's been demolished by rain and flooding. Yes, Deborah, amongst much protesting too. It was obvious now China is rebelling. Yes, like as you just said. We love the knowledge when the Library of Alexandria was burned. Knowledge is coming again. China is being taken down. Literally, they're talking about first COVID cases in China when, don't forget, COVID doesn't exist in China, guys, even though that's where it started, right? I said, like Trump says, China. And he always said it that way. Always used to make me laugh. Melted stone, mountaintop stone. That looks like melted stone. We're on the same wavelength, Norma C. It's exactly that. The resonance, when everything was created, no matter how it was created, that sound shifted all the earth and dirt and everything that was movable actually on the surface. When the magnetic fields were created, the pressure that's there and everything, not for nothing that they say you can't go to Mercury, or you can't go, like if you go to Mercury, well, you can't go to Mercury. If you go to Mercury, you're going to weigh probably about, well, I'll probably weigh about 180,000 pounds. But you guys will probably weigh somewhere in the region of a couple of thousand pounds, because we weigh a lot more. We're a lot heavier and more dense there. All these magnetic fields created by resonant energy, vibrational energy. He said it. Nikola Tesla said it. When you understand the energy, you'll understand everything. So why do you think Einstein comes out with his theory of relativity, and then he starts talking about magnetism, and he comes up with a mathematical equation in physics, okay, related to energy? Energy equals MC squared. Why do you think he was talking about that? Because Nikola Tesla, before him, Isaac Newton in 1666, before him, and before him, and before him, all these physicists and scientists were all fascinated with resonating energy, vibrational energy. And that's since the beginning of time what everyone's trying to comprehend and wrap their minds around. They'll never be able to find it out entirely. Leah, thank you. Thanks. Maybe I said it, but I'm saying it again because I'm just seeing them come up now. Mr. Mark Goldman is in the house, brother. How's it going, man? I keep hearing more and more scientists saying 2050, we will have a cure for cancer. It might even be before that, bud. I'm hearing that too. Space travel beyond what we know now. AI will be huge, and aliens will be one with us, God willing. I agree with it, Mark Goldman. Hello, Mark. How's it going, man? Biden's still there, boy. I tell you, I can't wait till he gets out. I can't wait till he leaves. 2024, some new changes are coming. Youngster 78, you're absolutely right about that. That's his protection. And I'm not just making it up. You're absolutely right. The Nazis are his right arm protection, his defense. Pineal gland actually has rods and cones, just like the eyes. Well, like you said, as the eyes that we visually see from another note, you're absolutely right about the ancients having high-tech vehicles to zip around the world. And thank you, Strode. Thank you very much for bringing that up. I absolutely believe it. I believe they did have their vehicles, and if they didn't, well, everything related to motors, mechanisms, and gears, I mean, they were far ahead, far ahead. Everything that we did ourselves, the clock with the gears and stuff, and the radio and Marconi and Edison, it's a lot of bullcrap when they say that they thought of those things themselves. They're all from ancient patents. And of course, some of these people had access to knowing things more than others. You said it, Julian Wilson. Is it really the greed or power lust? Definitely a power lust with them. That is without a doubt. Yes, Mariana. It'd be fun. Hey, thank you very much. G. What the hell's wrong with me? DJD 637. Thank you very much. I got it wrong again. DJDJ 637. Love names like that because he's not a troll. But when you are a troll and you develop this incredible long name of numbers and stuff, nobody ever remembers you. Who the hell was that? I got to remember a guy's name. DJ 609 54654. Hello from Norway. Hey, thank you very much, Kefan. I appreciate that. UK in the house. Merci. Merci, Jeannette. Et non, Janine. Mais il faut que j'arrête de parler du côté Janine, parce qu'en disant et non, Janine, c'est là que je me fous toujours. Hey, hi, Mike. Thanks, Michael. Hey, Matt in the house. Thank you very much. Hey, Candy. Howdy there, and thanks for the comments this afternoon. I appreciate that. Don't forget the thumbs up, everybody, please. Yep, almost. They got us going over the 96, and then they roll back down. I'm exactly now at 95,999 about. And once we get 15 or 20 over the mark, then it'll go up. We got some trolls unsubscribing to go up and down, thus proving to me that they are more excited about keeping me under 96, and I'm excited to get to 96 and to 100,000. In 4 months, we'll be at 100,000 here, and nothing's going to stop us. Nothing's going to stop us now. Hopefully. Hey, thanks a lot, Backbone. And our government are puppets. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm watching you guys. Germany, France, the UK. It's horrible. The United States, Canada, Sweden, Norway, Switzerland. All these countries are getting the crap smacked out of them. The weird stuff that's going on. Not a bot, just a weirdo. We got lots of weirdos too online. I'm one of them. Oh my God, you guys are getting music in my head today. Kenny Rogers. Know when to hold them. You gotta know when to hold them, when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Okay, I won't get into that. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Put you gotta take a sip of whiskey. Anyway, love you, brother. Been with you from the beginning. Yes, and I thank you, man. Appreciate that. You were with me before the world order, brother. Well, we knew about it, but all that long period of time where we're able to talk about it without seeing any of it. Now it's here. Longmont, Colorado, another beautiful place. Thanks a lot, my Coloradian friends. That is definitely not a word, but I make up words. Everything jumping around here. Thanks, Mark. Can't thank you enough, bro, for the amazing support. Yeah, sound is, well, I don't know about just. Sound is vibration. So sound can have a weight. Right? Oh, yeah. Sound has a weight. Darkness has a little weight. Light has a little weight to it. That's all true. Action, reaction. What goes up must come down. You hear a lot of those things. As a matter of fact, what goes down will come up too. is the way I see it. Funded by tax money. Yeah, we forced them to take that sex charade down. Incredible, eh? Yep, the third eye. We all have it. Just not everyone uses it. Yes. Yes, Star Hunter. Thank you. The Hutchinson effect. I saw a guy use his voice through a tube and lifted a pebble. I saw that one too. Let's make a machine to lift a boulder. Exactly. And there might be a way of doing it through a frequency, maybe low frequencies, maybe very, very low frequencies that you don't even hear will cause large objects to levitate. So maybe back in the days, that's how they were levitating the rocks. I just thought it was stupid when they said, how did they build the pyramids and bring those big rocks up there. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of slaves. They could do anything. We've seen people come together, and we've seen people come together and go to lift up a massive bus on fire with somebody stuck underneath. I think you see like 150 people lift up the bloody bus, flip it over, right? I've seen a guy in Hawaii lift up a helicopter while the friggin' propeller was turning on it, lifted up the whole helicopter to pull a guy out from underneath the helicopter. I saw a woman, 5 foot short, thin, innocent lady, saw her child thrown under a moving car or something like that, or a parked car. She lifted up the car, and I'm not kidding you. They're even saying in the post that she lifted it with one arm. The adrenaline, the effect that we have. But those, why am I talking about that? All vibrational energy. Vibrational energy. Oh, you know, that sound and the resonating, it changes. Hitting a bell, bing, or a hover cord. Why do they do that? What does it do? Eh? It does a lot. Sound can heal, I believe. Sound can make you sick. Sound can make you hallucinate objects. Sound can kill you. There's lots that it can do. Government's experimenting a lot with that right now, the frequencies and everything, which is definitely probably not a very good thing to be doing. Wow. Have I been here? No, okay, I wasn't here for 2 hours. Sorry about that. That's a little crazy. Peter, thanks, man. If I remember rightly, didn't they find a chemical component found in certain species of wasps sting that I'm sure was said it was tested and can create a cure for cancer? Wow. That would be 2021, maybe even 2020. I did hear that. Hey, guys, as a matter of fact, Peter, hey, thanks, man. Honey. There are things in honey that cure antibacterial things that cures your body, that your body can't even be cured unless you take that, or you have to take a whole bunch of pills to be able to do the difference. Well, that's an interesting one, and I did hear about that. Look at arsenic. They tell us not to eat too many nuts. Don't think bad. They tell us not to eat too many nuts because you're going to get arsenic poisoning. And now I'm hearing, and I'm being very careful when I talk about this because arsenic supposedly kills you. They say that arsenic is good for you. They're starting to say that. I'm like, wait a minute. No way are they saying that. And they absolutely are. Peter, thanks, man. But like the ones they found, they suppressed it, was hidden from us. They suppressed that. The free energy they suppressed that a long time ago that they were doing. The water vehicle for Bob Lazar, correct me if I'm wrong, he's able to have a car running on water, okay? On a water. And why didn't they produce that car? Because they don't want to produce the car, right? Do you know that a Tesla car costs more in a certain country, in Switzerland or Norway right now? It costs more to charge your electric car than it costs to fuel a truck. Mind blown. When the electricity grid goes down or there's a blackout, nobody will be able to use their electric cars. They'll be able to do nothing with it. Gate Smasher. Alias, merci mon frère. Thanks, Elias. Thanks, Gate Smasher. Thanks, guys, for the amazing support. It's always the same people that come back and support the channel. I thank you guys. Frequency of sounds is the key. You hear all the time. Yes, human, earths, animal, mechanical devices all operate on frequency and vibration. Woman. Yes, absolutely. Women, they work on coffee. You're right about that, man. And why the hell did he disappear? Oh, well. I made it to the live. Glad to hear that. I'll be listening while I finish doing the deeds. that needs done. Keep the bacon frying. Thank you very much. Hello to you. Love you, Julie. Hope you guys are listening. It really is, Ian. Levitation is groovy. Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm able to do a national travel and I'm over 200 pounds, anyone can go to the other side. As a matter of fact, maybe if I lose a little bit of weight, I'll be able to go even further. Hopefully. Thanks, Gate Smasher. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, guys. Elias. Yes. Hey, thanks, Candy. William says the aliens are having the last laugh on humans for trying to figure all this out. See, that is the funniest thing. You could be sure that we probably found out in the beginning of time what was going on, but now we're so deep in our theories. I could just see the aliens saying, what are they saying? They're saying we're traveling through portals. Oh my God, are they nuts? Imagine traveling through Hey, Dexter, imagine traveling through a portal. You never know, eh? Hey, they think we're gods. Remember the first Grandpa landed there and said that they thought that he was Jesus? Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine what a futuristic race, an advanced, intelligent race could do many thousands of years ago to some humans that are pretty savage. You believe me that they're gonna? You believe me, Elmer Fudd? They're gonna come down. They're gonna give you a set of laws to respect. They're gonna tell you if you don't respect those laws, you're going to hell. Okay, or God's gonna come down and give you every plague in the book. Okay, and when I say things like that, I'm open-minded to all theories. No insults to anyone religious. People don't believe it, but before going to bed at night, I speak to God. I want everyone to know that, even though people say, well, Bruce thinks aliens are God or they're this or they're spirits. I have many theories, but I don't discriminate the fact that there could be a higher being. I'm just not looking for that being. I'm not looking what shape or form it has, where it is, what it's doing. All I know is that we were told to believe in a higher being and to wait for that being to come down. And even if you were bad in your lifetime, apparently, he's going to give you a chance to change and still get your wings. Hey, it's a done deal, is the way I look at it. Don't look for where everything is. Yeah, listen, Ian. Yeah, you said it. It's very, very good, Ian, about the way you said that. I'm not sure about Elon Musk. We all know he is elite status. We know that there's a fight inside of the elite family bloodline. Elon Musk is definitely one of the people that is, we could say, maybe the black sheep of the elites, that he's doing stuff. I know a lot of you say, well, he can be doing this for his own good. Yeah, absolutely. I get it. I understand you guys. I absolutely understand you. People are not understanding why he's selling Twitter, because I don't know if you guys know it. He's leaving Twitter. Now I'm being careful. Stepping down as CEO, maybe not leaving, right? Doesn't mean he's going to sell it or not. As a matter of fact, I believe the only reason why he was there was to bring out the Hunter Biden laptop to get rid of the FBI. The head of the FBI, by the way, was taken off Twitter, his channel. And there's a lot of other political figures, and more truth is coming out now. So all those scandals are coming out. It's like Watergate all over again, right? Except it's Pizzagate now. Some crazy stuff. Brad Thurgold. They're hanging good, man. They're hanging to the left. Yesterday was one on each side. Watched a new movie last night called Moonfall. Oh, yeah, I actually watched it too. What a trippy movie. Must watch. I did, yes, Moonfall. I was upset, when I watched it, Brad. Thanks for coming by, man. Thanks for the comments. I was hoping it would have been more about the moon, like talking about like a lot about the moon, but I liked the idea. I didn't like the ending. It sort of friggin' ends in a way where, I tell you what, it ends in a way where that there's going to be a moonfall too. That's for sure. I was just hoping it would have been all about the moon, but it was surprisingly different. I love the idea, though. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because it was an interesting a film for sure. Anyone think Elon's taking red pill freaking out? Freaking out? Yeah, it's sort of scary to see what he's doing because I said it myself. I was upset he didn't bring Alex Jones back on, but then he's bringing Trump back on. He's doing a whole lot of good things, but the Baphomet suit, red suit, and he's sitting there playing Jesus when he's talking about like Jesus, and I don't know. I don't know what his story is about. I'm happy to see that he's causing shit, wreaking havoc to the leftists. Okay, the leftists are having embolisms, they're having seizures, they're flipping out about as much as the trolls flip out here when I come up with a video. The trolls didn't like my moon with a colorful green surface. Really didn't like that one. For those that didn't see it, look back. Military drone video recently, a couple of weeks back, a couple months back that I got. Be looking at that. UFOs landing and UFOs lifting up off the surface with the infrared camera. If you're new to the channel, I do a lot of research here. I have infrared cameras. I have a 14-inch telescope. I love filming the moon. There's an infrared drone coming soon, 2023, beginning 2023. There's a whole bunch of new things that are coming here. The subscribing really helps channel creator get ahead, and looks like it's an important channel. We have a manipulation of even the subs and especially the views here. So if you're not subscribed here today, 5 a day would subscribe. The channel would grow a lot faster. But unfortunately, not a lot of people are taking the time to subscribe to the channel. Yes, way over there. Way up. Like the giant. Remember the giant? Little chair over there by the fireplace. Maybe drying his boots. Remember that? The friendly giant? Was that his name? I was gonna say the green jolly giant or something like that, but that's the one on the can of corn. I think. The friendly giant. Remember, used to start with a flute. Do 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 do. Look up. Look way up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going through these hard time this month with my brain and the adjustments to the either the abduction every night or the ascension. I don't know what the hell's going on with everyone, but I do feel a vibrational change. No friggin' jokes. A lot of you feel it too. As a matter of fact, everything even smells differently outside. It's like everything's changing around us. The sky. I'm a guy who likes everything to remain the same. You can tell by my streams. And when there starts to be a lot of changes, I start noticing a lot of changes. Kimberly Ray, thank you for the birthday wishes. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Darla. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, it's a complete manipulation. And you tell that to almost any Canadian youngster, 78, and they're going to tell you British have nothing to do with Canada. You watch. In reality, this is Britain here, by the way. This is Britain, by the way. Same thing. Everything that's going on in Britain is going on here. All the buildings that were built here were built by English, Scottish, Irish people that came down during the war. Everyone buried here at the grave sites are all Irish, Scottish people that came here during the war. So I think the culture and the tradition is also very present here in the building of everything. And I'm not just kidding you. I'm going to show you any old brick or stone mason buildings here, and it's all Scottish built. You'd see it right away. You'd think you were in England with the old parts of England where there are castles. Except that's what we don't have here, those beautiful castles. Like in Ireland and Scotland and England, beautiful. Great Britain, I guess. I don't know. Hi, Pop. I believe that someone outside is catching it and smell testing my poop. They're going to charge me for it. They're going to tell you, yeah, that's another thing they're going to charge us for. Oh, you go to the bathroom too many times, they'll be charging our flushes, charging us our flushes. We're laughing, but we know it's coming to that, eh? That's a scary part. There we go again. It is, Candy, but things are getting better, I tell you. That too, the smell's going to change too. Queen's University here in Kingston, where I live. In Kingston. Ah, man, thanks for letting me know you're in Kingston, brother. You're really not far from me, man. All my family's in Toronto. It's a bit further than you. Isn't that concerning, eh? Isn't that concerning? That's not something you even hear on the news, right? Oh, he went to Canada. They're not going to tell you where he went. Heard that sound during a small quake. I live on a granite mountain. Wow, with lots of military tunnels inside. Ooh, interesting. Do you happen to live in Colorado, by the way? Oh, you did? Didn't you say you lived in Colorado? Okay, Colorado Springs. It is. Talking about that base. That base, as a matter of fact, is the one that's on a bunch of springs. Everything, even the tubing and all the water and everything, the electricity, they all have springs on their wires so that if ever there's a nuclear bomb or a massive earthquake, nothing's going to go down in there. They got highways in there. They got, for some reason, hundreds and thousands of pallets of water, toilet paper, and bread that lasts apparently a year without going bad. So they're preparing, right? Like a couple of channels are saying, yeah, don't worry. The elites are preparing. They have their bunkers filled with gold, a couple of their vehicles down there, maybe a sailboat and a plane or something down there. They're going to have their bunkers that'll be like massive, beautiful mansions that are up here on Earth, have their swimming pools down there. And for a cheap price, think of it, someone that's worth $800 billion turns around and invests $3 billion and has himself this massive estate, underground bunkers and everything. It's going to come to that. I don't know if you're like me, but everybody knows of a tunnel or a hole in Earth where if something happens, that's definitely where I'm going to be headed. I know where to go. I'm headed for the tunnels right here in Franklin, the tunnels that used to cross over to the States to abduct the children and abuse of them over here. Yeah, I'll be able to go and hide in those tunnels there. Oh boy. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Matt. TL Oris, Chandler, my mug says good things ahead. Your mug is telling the truth. Absolutely. Havoc my dimensions here. Hello from Chapleau, Ontario, Canada. Thanks a lot, Havoc my dimension. Hi. We get always need and want new people here from Canada, from Ontario to come and check out the channel. Really appreciate that. James Combs is here. Thank you so much, sir. Hello, Evelyn. John Black. Are they John Black? Thanks for letting me know that. Just starting to check out these. Isn't it sad, though, what's going on, John, with how some people don't know certain things, or you think they're good at the beginning, and then you listen in, and I'm reading I'm reading them way ahead of you on that one, and you could tell when there's hatred. Thanks for letting me know that, by the way, John Black. A lot of people are talking about redacted, so that's good to know, to watch with an open mind. Thank you very much, John Black, at the same time, for being a member, brother, and for sharing more truth. James Combs, greetings from West Virginia. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate that. Aleos, merci encore, mon frère. Annika, child of thought. That's very thoughtful. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate that. Love you for it. Don't get me started with that. One of my favorite bands. A little bottle of water, anyone? I'll be right back. Crickets, anyone? Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Est-ce que vous avez soif? That's what we're drinking around here. Esca toilet water. Dumbass. Cold toilet water is good. We never know what we're drinking, eh? Think of it. The whole plan for the past few hundred years was get the water to look see-through, and they'll never know what's in it. Nanoparticulates. You'd be able to see what's in there, right? You can only imagine what they're putting in there. Talking about the GMO salad. Bill Gates is supposed to, well, not supposed to. Bill Gates is buying all this farmland, right? In North Dakota and the United States and around the world. As a matter of fact, Bill Gates is in the States, is the person that owns the most farmland already. Imagine that one. Isn't that incredible? My brain hurt today trying to bring all that out, guys. Women's menstruations will be affected by the moon and the full moon. And our bodies will be affected by the full moon. So if something happened with the moon, let's say that there was this cataclysmic event that the moon shifted and went away, what the hell is going to happen to us? What will be the changes? We could all go crazy. I mean, it's that serious. I think we really are all aligned with the planets. So how come we're so aligned with those planets, guys? Is it because we are a part of those planets? Maybe everything and everyone in the entire universe are sharing one thing, energy. And maybe we all have a part of energy that comes from one energy source. And it connects us all together. Insects, humans, aliens, planets, everything. Sounds crazy, eh? RH negative, Valkyrie. Thanks for being here. Thanks, John Black. See, you know me, I'm not one to spit on information. I watch Redacted all the time, and I started actually this month watching it for the first time. And if you're like me, you'll watch it too, to see what they're saying. And when they come up with certain lies or whatnot, me, until I have proof. There's two types of news associations or media, right? You have the news that talks about news and explains what they believe is going on and how they feel about it and what's going to come based on their ideas and thoughts and belief systems. And you have some people, or should have, news associations, but we don't anymore, where they remain neutral. Remember that one? Talking about a death or talking about a country that did something or a certain religious group did something. It used to be just a straight face, talking, neutral, and going on. But people aren't like that anymore. News media associations corrupt now. Trudeau is paying CBC and all that. It's all bullshit. It's paid. The media here is paid to say what what Trudeau wants to say. TRU, not Trump, but Trudeau. Hey, Michael, we could laugh, but yeah, it could be, man. It could absolutely be. No, I have a problem too. Swollen on one side here, where the eye, my eye goes to my cheek here, and it gets even numb sometimes. At one point, it went all the way over my forehead. I was itchy. A couple of weeks back, I started having these red spots on my face. Hey, looking good. Everything's good, but that's how it is. We're getting older, and I don't think it has anything to do with getting older. I think it has to do with everything that's around us. Now, the fact that they're trying to kill us, and it's not like by mistake. It's not just because they're using products that they didn't know were bad for us. They're using products that are deliberately bad for us. Here in Canada, they came up with a recall on Pine Sol. Guys, Pine Sol, okay, and all these antibacterial cleaners that say it kills 99.98 or 99.99% of bacteria. There was a bacteria on it. What do you think of that? Recalling Pine Sol because there's a bacteria in it that gets you sick. and it's written right on the effing bottle that it's 99.99% effective of killing everything. It's bullshit. It's recalled because it has an infection in it. We imagine that. Now, let me guess. Why would they want to manipulate cleaning products? Is it because we apply it all over our ceilings and walls to smell good all the time? Everybody always doing that. I feel sick. I feel sick. Clean. Sick. There's dust in the house. Put some more products in the house. Leave the pine sol sit in the toilet bowl overnight so you can walk around and get headaches when you're sleeping and stuff. That's what people do. I'm very sensitive, highly sensitive to all products. I worked with some horrible products when I was young, and I mean horrible products. I was whipping up batches of dialysis, which, by the way, hope you guys know it. They put poison in dialysis, eh? Yeah. Okay, you're sitting there with masks, and this is going inside of your body, and all those emanating products that I was always inhaling when there were supposed to be proper masks. How many times did I go in? These are big companies, guys. We're producing dialysis for St. Mary's Hospital in Toronto. Actually, Jason, not far from there. And here, there were no filters on the masks. I'd walk into this room, couldn't breathe, and it's like, it's cutting your breath. It's got all these products with the crossbones, the skull and crossbones on it. The crumbling head that you see, that's, erosion, corrosion, toxic, poison. But that's how it was back in the days. Oh, well. Walk in, go grab the case, and go back out. Do that 6 times a day, right? And you have breathing problems later on. You go, what the hell? The same reason why every single grandparent of us before the baby boomers, and probably even the baby boomers, in my time when I was born in 75, my grandparents lifted a lot of heavy weight. Me, in my lifetime, I lifted up heavy weight. Now there's a law in Canada, you can't lift more than 30 pounds or 35 pounds, I think it is. And me, it was lifting 100 to 300 pounds all the time, moving machinery, moving lift parts and stuff. It was all by hand. When I would transport pails of the products, or even working on construction, going up on the bloody roof with the bardeau and everything, the shingles, it was always very strenuous on my back, and there was no laws against that. It's like, you're lazy, you don't want to work, get the hell out of here. That's basically what they did back in the day. Yeah, scratch and sniff app, or I was thinking, imagine watching videos where you have a smell coming through it, and winds and vibrations. So you have a movie where you have certain effects of vibrations in it. That'd be really cool. Like, there's a volcanic eruption, sort of like, the movies at Walt Disney where the benches are jumping around and you're going up and down, and that they go up in a plane, and they just lift your bench up 4 feet, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm going to fall. Have a scent coming in of the air, or the trees and oranges. You're walking in an orange or flower field. There's something to that. I don't think it's that stupid. I think they could actually do something properly done. Except maybe not in the computer there. You wouldn't want the smell and the wind when you're watching the pornography, eh? Yeah. Oh gosh, turn off the smell. What the hell did I do? Not even going to go there. Kimberly DeBell, thank you. Thanks so much, everyone, for stopping by the stream. We had some more fun again tonight. Right, Evelyn? Wonderful family. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, and a Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Evelyn. I'm going to be here throughout the Christmas holidays, everyone. If some of you are alone during the Christmas holidays, you just broke up with your wives, you don't have any husband, and you're alone, call me. No, I'm kidding. Come by the stream. And I was talking about the women, by the way, because I like women, not men. But seriously, you're alone during the holidays, come by. I'm going to be on here streaming. My son's coming over for 2 days this year, the 24th in the evening and the afternoonish, and the 25th. And I will be coming on the stream, get a video up. Obviously, like I did last year, partied with my son. He went to sleep. I came back and I made a video, then went to bed, came back up, partied the next day and made another video. That's what I'll be doing. There'll be no partying here. Anyways, I'll be sitting with my son and we'll be watching maybe a movie here. It's the only break I get during Christmas, but there won't be any breaks here because, like I said, before I go get him, I'll be putting the video up. And when I come back, I'll be putting the video up. We'll be streaming Friday like usual, twice on Friday like usual. Coming up. UFO videos coming up. If you're new to the channel, there's so much evidence that I caught on the moon. There's so many things I haven't even showed you all yet. And there's a lot of researching to go back and look at. And of course, the UFO sightings and infrared videos. Check them out if you haven't checked them out yet. So the last video, you guys, talking about UAP news is up-to-date information about news that came out today and news that came out in the past few weeks. They're talking about UFO sighting in Wisconsin. Jellyfish-like creature found in the atmosphere. Now, guys, that sounds a lot like my research, what I was doing. And if you haven't heard or seen about this mission, NASA mission yet, the STS-75, I usually always get it wrong. If it's not 75, I think it is. STS-75, the Tether, Tether incident. The Tether incident. Something broke away from a project mission that they were doing, and this long arm-like object, once it broke away, you had thousands of jellyfish-like looking creatures, even some of them that were propelling themselves, and it looked like they were propelling themselves through some type of water. If Betelgeuse blew up in 2019, could you imagine the distribution of energy and how, without being a scientist, we can assume that it would have changed the temperatures between here and Betelgeuse? Apparently, it wasn't facing Earth. Hell of a good thing it wasn't. You know, what could have happened? Betelgeuse sits inside of the solar system and takes up the whole solar system's place, except for maybe Neptune and Mercury. So to give you an idea of how big it is and how massive the debris field would have been. So imagine it was a flash, by the way. So a flash on the sun occurs and arrives at Earth in seconds as compared to a coronal mass ejection or solar storms, which takes several days for the radiation from the sun to reach Earth when it's facing Earth. So how could that heat and distribution of heat after that explosion could have changed that element of space if it is water? If we're seeing jellyfish around Earth, or we saw one for the first time, are they biological creatures that have parts and, you know, living parts and you know, it has lights too, sort of like, you do know we're computers, guys, right? Our wires are our veins. You understand it, right? We have energy also. We have to eat. We have fuel, a computer, the brain, parts of our computer. You know, when you're putting in a better sound chip and NVIDIA card, pineal gland. There's always something you can, you know, adapt, adjust, or change. Can you imagine what they're going to start doing when they start changing our DNA, which they're already doing? As a matter of fact, they could have changed our DNA a hell of a long time ago, and that this is why we're acting like that. Gate Smasher. Let me scroll all the way down here, guys. Wow, lots of people. Thank you so much, you guys. Overcompensation is what it is, Bruce. Yes. Hello, Sandy. Sandy Mingo, thank you for being here. Wizard Moon. Dave's not here, man. Okay, is in the house. And Zelensky's here getting a huge Christmas gift from taxpayers. Exactly. Coming down here during Christmas, they're going to give them hundreds of millions of dollars. Don't forget, they're sending them highest state-of-the-art equipment also. Don't you worry. We're furnishing whatever you guys aren't furnishing. We're making tanks, sending down bombs for them. As a matter of fact, 50 minutes away, they're producing shit for Ukraine here, unfortunately. Yes, it is, Sandy. Thanks again for being here. Wow. Thanks for letting me know that, Maria. No, I didn't see them. I only heard about it so far. I'm looking for Gate Smasher's contribution because I wanted to thank him. I want to read his message. What's the time mark? 5:51. Oh, wow. Okay. So I was that far away. Dan Raxia is here. Lots I have to. I hope you know it's impossible to read all the comments, but I always try. Strode, thanks again. Merry Christmas to you. Gabber Beast TV's in the house. Greg Roberts in the house. How's it going, my brother? Do any projections estimate humans will survive 100 more years? That's a hell of a good one, actually, Greg. You know why? Because as a matter of fact, this is the thing. A Mayan calendar finishes. All these calendars finish, man, and tell us that we're going to die, or not that we're going to die, but they don't have anything that's coming afterwards. So it's like, what the heck, you know? See, we're still at that 100 viewers. It's locked at 100 peak, 98. It's locked there all the time. 100 comments that you'll see on my videos, even when it gets up to 50,000 views, 80,000 views. Nancy's here. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy Sheen or Nancy Sheehan. Manitouwadge. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Manitouwadge, Ontario. Thank you very much. I've never heard of that place, you guys. Yes, bad climate's coming here. Tomorrow evening, a lot of snow and ice melting at the house. On va l'avoir demain, mon frère. Tonight is the night. I feel so stupid right now. Nell So Dark, thank you for being here. Hey, Bruce. Hey, man. Thanks a lot. Where's Yates Smasher? There's Julie. Hey, Julie. Bruce, the moon vibrating. HAARP was bouncing off the moon to Jupiter to Earth. Maybe it was this that you captured. That could absolutely be too. That's the most beautiful thing, is that there's so many possibilities. Eyes wide open. I believe it. Absolutely. I want to hear more about the troll business. Well, the business is that there are fuckheads everywhere, always, is what it is. And people that can do things better than others make the retarded trolls jealous. I love the way I talk about the trolls, right, Julie? Bruce deserves it. Bruce is allowed. I did good. Yeah, Fauci with the gain of function. It was created in a lab in Wuhan. Absolutely. What they're not able to tell us right now, because they don't want to, is whether it was leaked out because it went oops, or because it was leaked out. Right? That's what they're not admitting. But I fear that it was leaked out. They say the States had to do a lot with it. China definitely had to do a lot with it. It's in China. Think of it. Merci, Elios. Thanks, bro. Wow, thanks, man. Where's Gate Smasher? Gate Smasher. Back scratcher. So I feel weird tonight, guys. Yes. Yes, the Mandelbrot. I have very recently, for the first time, I think it was last year. That's a good one, Burn. Old politics is transparent now due to internet light speed communications. Yeah. Yes, that's what's happening. Yeah, same here, Julie. Susie B, thank you. Thanks for being here, Susie B. You guys rock. Energy coming in from the cosmos to the third eye. You know exactly what's going on. Max Vision, remote viewing class. That's always the same smart people that know. But that's how it is. Look a little bit into energy, frequencies, and vibration. Honestly, that's the one story that for me I needed no understanding with. When I heard for the first time all the way back to Nicola talking about energy and stuff, for me it was automatic. It's definite. Everything's in motion all the time. Everything's vibrating all the time. Red Cap Goblin, Brewster's Millions. Sammy M is here. Okay, where the hell is Gate Smasher? What's the time mark? Wow, 6:18. Okay, I'm going down here. It's like a sickness not being able to answer all these. Guys, you'll see when you have a channel, you get a lot of comments like that. You're sad. You're so sad not being able to answer everyone. It's like, Christ, I'm waiting to get views and people to come by. Then people come by, then you're like, oh, I can't answer them all. Yes. Cheyenne Mountain, Colorado Springs, right? If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but yeah, that's the one that's the base is on springs and everything. They got highways in there that run for hundreds of kilometers. Anika, thanks again. Yeah, exactly. And you wouldn't even hear them. You just all of a sudden you're sitting there. Oh my gosh, shit my pants. What the hell? That's what it does. We're laughing, but it's true, eh? Whitby, Daras, thanks again, eh? Daras from Whitby, Ontario, Canada. Thanks for coming back, Daras, and thanks for the interest in the channel. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. David Donlan. I don't know why I said Donian, Bruce. I watched Redacted also. Great show, great program. Thanks, David. I crave all the information. Keep your eyes and ears open. Apparently, he's dissing the States, and I want to be seeing that. That's something that we all want to know. The truth, always the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Same here, Margaret. Margaret, thanks for the amazing support, for connecting. I got a lot of smart ladies. You ladies are really smart. A lot of you ladies are smart. Margaret, Norma C., Darla, Christy, Julie, a whole bunch of ladies that come here. Anika Thoth. There's a whole bunch of them I could name, and I shouldn't. I always start naming a few. Suspicious Observer. Everyone watches him. That's scary. That is scary. Where the hell is Gate Smasher? Yeah, chemtrail water. Yeah, exactly. Well said. Made me thirsty. Yeah, I was all week. Still looking for Gate Smasher. 640. I'm getting there for sure. Gate Smasher's donation. There it is. Thank you. I would have looked at. No. I would have looked at it for a long time. There we go. The Drone Fund. Keep the bacon frying. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. Merci encore les petits Joël Saint-Jean. Daras says, jellyfish-like creature, 6:49. We're a bit closer now to the time mark. Jellyfish-like creature. Did anyone see the movie? Nope. No, I did not. But I did hear about it, though. I heard it's pretty good. Some people are saying. Alien creature looked like a jellyfish. Well, that is pretty incredible, eh? And now listen, so this is the FAA. So this is the people in the tower, right, in the States, and the people that are interacting with the towers, of course, of both military jets, small planes, regular planes. And there's been quite a few sightings in the States these past few weeks that came out. So this is all occurring, guys, the past few months. So again, tonight, if something happens, like right now, if there's somebody calling in, there's 15 lights on the ground, they're not telling the public. It's not something that appears in the news right away. They keep it hidden, and they only bring it out very, very later afterwards. I want to thank everyone for stopping by. I tried to cover so many interesting points. There's lots to talk about. We still have lots more to talk about during the rest of the week. More videos to come up. I thank everyone for taking the time to be members. Yeah, Matt, they didn't exist, or for me, they didn't exist. Like I didn't see them at all. The clickbait title is getting me mad because he says, I can't believe they're doing this. Oh my God, they're going through this and stuff, and often has nothing to do with what's inside of it. He talks about some interesting things, but we'll see. We'll see what their intentions are, right? But Project Mockingbird, yes, there's another one. The abyss is I think we're in the abyss, guys. Maybe that's where we are here in hell. And I've always I have a joke that I always say to my mother. I said, who would have thought the devils living in hell would have houses and have to send their kids to school? Because I think that's where we're living. Maybe we weren't too good in other lives. Rings the bell, Kevin. Kevin Walsh, thanks for coming by. Yeah, you can still get high from Pam. She's still selling? I'm kidding. A little joke. There's a lot of people running on their alternator with dead batteries, though. You said it, and I call those eyes wide open, eyes wide shut, right? They're sleeping zombies. They're soulless sleeping zombies that are walking every day, going to school, bringing their kids to school. Like, Weekend at Bernie's? That's about the last time I watched movies, guys. Weekend at Bernie's? Dead with a Smile. Remember? Used to bring them around the beach. That's what everyone's doing. They're walking zombies. Absolutely walking zombies. You hear people turn around saying, oh my God, the people that aren't V, they're going to make us sick. It's the opposite, you morons, you blundering idiots. Eh? Everything's the opposite. The government there, I hate you guys, these sickening pricks, for making everyone fight amongst each other, when in reality, you're such a bunch of liars, making everyone fight like that. But people are waking up to it, but they really are a bunch of liars. Thanks, Gate Smasher. Julie, how's it going, Julie? So the challenge, Julie, how's your challenge going? Me, when I got my first troll here and I saw how much they absolutely wanted to destroy me, I started having a lot of fun with them. Trolls really don't want you to not be affected by them. And what insults them the most is replying to them. Julie, I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what people say. Oh, now be nice. Now, do you think it's worth being nice to shitheads or assholes? No. An asshole stinks. So when you talk to an asshole, slap it. That's what I say. Don't give it any credit. Always been active, but I'm sore everywhere. And c'est le pain pour un pâte. Les céréales et commence à me sentir mieux. C'est super. C'est correct, ça, Joël. J'ai fait la même chose il y a une couple d'années. J'ai arrêté le sel. C'est même plus de sel de mer. J'étais avec le sel iodisé ou ionisé ou iodisé ou je sais pas trop quoi. Là. Iodine salt, pas bon. J'étais avec le sel de mer, sea salt, pas bon. Pas aussi bon que le sel Himalayan salt. Là, je suis rendu là-dessus. J'essaie d'arrêter les pâtes alimentaires, j'ai ralenti le fromage, plus de sucre du tout, je mange pas de chocolat, je mange pas de biscuits, je mange pas de bonbons, de cochonneries, du tout. Puis, je reste gros. Just to tell you. Margaret Leach says, Bruce, in the 1800s, was in the newspaper where a town saw weird jellyfish over the town. Forgot where. That's interesting, Margaret. That is an interesting one. I wonder. It rings a bell. You know, there's been UFO sightings all the way back to medieval times and way back into the Egyptian times, like a long time ago. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. You heard to talk about Hunter Biden's involvement in the biolabs financial investment. Yeah, the energy company down there, where I forget the name, and it's the end of my tongue. I'm sure you know it. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, he has investments in there, and apparently made a lot more money than they say that he did. So now think of it. You have all these people, okay, that he's letting into the States. These people in China. This asshole was working with China's spies. Okay. You can't get any more corrupt than that. Biden lied by saying he had no involvement in any money transaction that Hunter Biden was affecting with any company. And in reality, there was a code name or nickname, right, for Uncle Joe or something like that. Joe, who the hell do you think Joe was, right? Or the old guy or the big guy or something like that. There's like a code name that was used for him. So in reality, was he extorting U.S.? Was he selling himself out as being a powerful president to get people to invest in his bullcrap and you know whatnot, what he was doing and stuff? I don't know if you guys saw all those images, but some images were pretty bad. There's images of Hunter out in his underwears with a gun and him doing crack. Okay. And smoking crack pipes and stuff, and naked in spas, and his G-strings walking around with crack whores. I mean, it's bad. It is really, really bad. The FBI did not want to take that laptop. And when they finally did go and take that laptop, they didn't do anything with it. They took the laptop and they hid it, didn't do anything with it. It stayed there for the longest time, right? It's crazy. You're absolutely right about that. Eyes wide open. Thanks for coming in, you guys. You really need to use discernment with everything you watch. Yes, just pay attention to what they say and how they say it. You're absolutely right about that, John. Well, like you said, like with redacted, with everything, it's like people have their eyes wide shut. Every time I see eyes wide open, people have their eyes wide shut. They're not looking at anything. They're listening to a narrative. You hear how the news media all have the same narrative: build back better, build back better, build back better, build back better. Take the vaccine, take the vaccine, take the vaccine, take the vaccine, right? It's all repetitive. It's all the same narrative. Do this, and they try to brainwash and scare you. Watch your kids don't die. Yeah, just like watch your kids don't die. That's what we are, just like a bunch of sheep. We really are. And I guess I'm going to get off. Synchronicity, always. Leah says, Bruce, one of the few people that care that much about answering all the comments. I do, and I mean, how can it be that people would not want to answer all the comments? It's like saying one of your buddies called. It's like having a telephone back in the day when there was no number and we had to dial with the right? Who the hell just called? What do? The phone would ring, and we'd pick up the phone. Yeah, Gary, you call? No, okay, all right, bye. Hey, Mom, you call? No, okay, all right, bye. Hey, Grandma, you call? Oh, okay, you called. Right? We'd go around trying to call people. How many times when I didn't have that when I was younger, even though basically when I was in an apartment, we always had them. You know, now it's like you can't not know who calls. You look at the number. Oh, I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to talk to him. Right? I can't do that. I can't do it because I know if people call, I'm always here. If I don't answer, people say, "Why isn't he answering?" He's just staring at my phone. I'm very sorry if I missed anyone today. Alien, surprised. Alien, you got the. Hey, don't apologize for being an amazing person, Julian, for coming by. You and Floyd, I love you guys a lot. I hope you'll be around for Christmas, and some of you will be. I mean, I'm not going to stop any of you guys. Do not feel bad taking a break from me for Christmas if you want to get away from me for a while. You don't have to be here every day for me, to be my best friends, guys. And if you disappear for a week, some of you do it. I see a lot of you always tell me, "Hey, Bruce, I've been gone for a week," and stuff. That's just like family. It's caring when you guys let me know that. But you know that this channel has a lot of findings that should have been in the news, actually, for those that have been following me for a while. And the fact that I jumped over the news, I jumped over the big channels here on YouTube, and I was presented, before I get off, I'll finish on that note. I was presented by the United States government. Garpan Ufology, Yan, presented my work to all the ufologists and scientists at a big televised reunion that they have every year with the UFO meetings, the Unidentified Aerial Task Force, now the Joint Task Force. And I was able to get my work out there. So that means I broke through the veil, and I didn't make much of a stink about it. I just let my research be shown, and that's it. There was no trophies. There wasn't 100 million viewers, right, that came to see me and said, "Wow, your work's incredible." But it doesn't matter, because we owe thanks to the government for having actually permitted my shit to be shown. Because you guys know, with me, like me, it's impossible that it was the Pentagon that suggested, "Hey, that Bruce's video was pretty cool, though. I shoot that shit in there." Yeah. Let's show people about that. There are some people on the inside that want everything to come out. People that work at the FBI every day, and the CIA every day, they're not all in the basement with these, big cloaks and hoodies there. Not every one of them, most of them, maybe not every one of them. There's some good people on the inside. You guys know it. Kyle Sarrazin came out, an FBI whistleblower. Before we jump on it, saying it's a red flag or not, we'll see what happens. I think you all agree with me. We live in freaking revealing times and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, because that's all that's here on the planet, thank you so much for being here, for the amazing support. Donnie Foster, hello. Thank you also for the amazing comments. They're therapeutic. Some of you go all out. Evelyn, Leah, Julie, Floyd, Darla, everyone. Jason Beresny for commenting. Did I mention Leah? I'll never be able to thank you guys enough. And but I do want you to know that it really is because of you, solely because of you, that the channel remains up. I'm surprised they didn't close the channel. Unfortunately, they're breaking us down. So now the views are down to about 50,000 views. That's the lowest I've ever seen here on the channel. So think of it, if you're new to this channel, I got 50,000 views in the past 28 days. You might think it's a lot, right? If you don't have a channel and you say, well, 50,000 views is a lot. It really isn't, and it should be like it used to be back in the day, where I was getting at least 150,000 to 200,000 views, but that didn't even last long. It only lasted but a couple of weeks. Thank you so much for becoming member, everybody. David Donlan, thank you, man. Thanks, brother. I'll be talking to you all very soon. Got some good member videos up too. And I'll be talking to you all very, very soon. I'm going nowhere. I'll be up tonight making more videos. I hope you appreciate it, guys. When you see, thanks again, David. And thanks for the donations, everyone. If you're here, you're donating to the channel. If you're here, you're donating. That's a contribution, being here. What was I going to say? It was important. You want to help the channel out? I don't bring it up enough. If it wasn't for my mods, I actually never talk about it. There's no need to for me to blare the horn on my contribution websites. Every video has the links in them, except for the live stream. Sometimes I don't put them up, but every video you can scroll down to see a link. Become a patron, or like David just did, become a member here. There's the super thanks button If you want to give a contribution on the video, it's Christmas time. You want to leave $1 or $2 once a year. If everyone did that, we'd all be millionaires, right? So thank you very, very much for stopping by, for liking the videos, for commenting, and especially to all newcomers that took the time to subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Matter of fact, I'll be going to answer comments in a bit this evening too. And thanks everyone for keeping the support going. I'm here throughout the whole season, holidays. I haven't seen the sky in days, if not weeks. So you could be sure the minute I get anything, I'll be out there. I'm all charged up for the infrared tonight. The minute the moon comes back out, I didn't get it this month, I'll get it next month. Sometimes it happens that we skip over a month. Thank you very, very much, everyone. Please note that this is my full-time job. I work solely and only here on YouTube and the other platforms, but I do just this video production every day. So it's a free channel. If you want to stop by the channel and thumbs up and watch a video, it'll help and attract everyone by getting the algorithm up. I want to finish off for a special thank you to those of you who took the time to go to myevent.com, my fundraising site. It's on each link. And in the cover image of my, I've never even done this before. In the cover image on YouTube, you'll see the Patreon link. Instead of having to pay, just go over to see maybe what it's all about. If you want to see how many links are there and what's there. Special thank you, Kenneth Kovich, who wrote A+++ a couple of weeks ago with a generous contribution. But I saw Kevin Kovich did it again. Keep up the good work in capital letters. I thank you. Leon Sykes, finally I got the donations. You unblocked at my bank because he was having problems. Here's another person that was having so many problems contributing. Leon Sykes, Margaret Leach, beautiful message that everyone's leaving me. If I ever win a lottery, we'll help you get your telescope that will rival the Megatic, the one at Megatic, Quebec, which is one of the biggest telescopes, beautiful telescopes. So that was really beautiful. I have Patricia Parker recently also, who left me some beautiful words. I learned a lot listening for you. Bruce, enjoy your shows. Merry Christmas. I love you, Patricia Parker. And I thank you so much for the amazing help. Christian Marquez even also became a member, left a beautiful message also in French. Avec plaisir, Bruce. Si ça peut aider. With pleasure, Bruce, if it can help. Elias Barnes, as always, big supporter of the channel also. I'm glad to donate to this research. It's worth every bit of support it will get. And I thank you all so, so much. Danny Perot, Tracy Toyne, Gary Perry, Greg Alvey. Thanks, guys. I love you all very much. And I'll be talking to you all soon in the comment sections. Bye-bye for now.